What is going on, y'all? It is the Caveman back at it again with another video. And, there's some drama going on in the NFL. Not only in the NHL, but we have some drama in the NFL. And I'm sure you know exactly what I'm talking about, especially considering you already read the title and you see my bandana colors. Aaron Rodgers is an unhappy camper. That dude, he wants out of Green Bay, and will he get out? I guess time will only tell. Before we get into the video, you guys know the drill as always. Mott's applesauce. You guys know the vibe. You guys know the drill. Drink your Mott's applesauce. Shit's always good. You guys know what to do. As we all obviously know, Green Bay Packers Hall of Fame quarterback Aaron Rodgers does not want to return to Green Bay. He has made it loud and clear that he is unhappy there. He will not return there. He does not want to be there, etc., etc. Aaron Rodgers is unhappy in Green Bay, and that's been the news for a while now, but it's really started to break out ever since the first day of the draft. So I'm pretty sure the general public, including myself, does not know every single little event that has happened for Aaron Rodgers to get him up to this point, but we do know the big events that have really caused him to be disgruntled. And that would start with when the Green Bay Packers traded up to draft Jordan Love in the 2020 NFL Draft. I mean, I'm not even a Packers fan, and I was mad and confused and just, disgusted by how stupid of a draft pick this was. They literally traded up to get Jordan Love when they have Hall of Fame quarterback Aaron Rodgers, and then he proceeds to have the following season and win the MVP award. So I don't know. The Green Bay Packers, that was the first stake in the mud of just absolute stupidity to piss Aaron Rodgers off. You can only imagine how Packers fans felt when that draft pick happened, and I can only imagine how Aaron Rodgers himself felt. That's like a stab in the back almost. I don't know. That's a lot of different emotions that I'm sure just went through him. I'm sure he got really mad really freaking fast. Especially at that point in time, the tale of the Packers offense has been that they just needed one more offensive weapon at wide receiver, and they just never have had that over these last couple of years. And going into that draft, you would think that's what they would have done. But no, they traded up for Jordan Love. Why? Nobody knows, but apparently a rumor did come out that they tried to trade up for Justin Jefferson, but obviously he still got taken before them. Brandon Ayuk also got taken, so they did what they could, but they still did not come out with a receiver. But even still, you could still pick a receiver. I mean, there were other receivers in the draft. You did not have to take Jordan Love. For a lot of different receivers, the Packers still could have chosen from. I understand most of the top receivers were gone, but still, there were a decent amount of receivers left. I mean, when the Packers took Jordan Love, there were guys like Michael Pittman, Laviska Shenault, Chase Claypool still on the board. They had enough opportunities where they could have taken a shot with a wide receiver, even though those guys in the top tier of wide receivers of that draft were already gone. There were still other guys they could have taken a chance with, but they went with Jordan Love. And then just to put a little extra salt in the wound, they took A.J. Dillon in the second round. I understand all those guys I just named were also gone, but, Gabe Davis was still there. He was taken in the fourth round by the Buffalo Bills. There were still hidden gems that the Packers could have taken a chance on just to show Aaron Rodgers, we are here to help you. But they took A.J. Dillon, who ultimately just sat behind Aaron Jones for the entire season, and Jamal Williams at that. And then now he's going to be kind of the second string. But I mean, how many carries is he actually going to take away from Aaron Jones? Because they just paid him that massive contract. So the 2020 draft as a whole, especially the first round pick with Jordan Love, considering they also traded up for Jordan Love, was a complete disaster. That was the first stake in the grass, the first stake in the mud where Aaron Rodgers was like, are you guys for real here? You're doing this to me right now. You're serious? So obviously the draft passes, the 2020 draft goes by, and then the Packers play out the 2020 season. Aaron Rodgers wins the MVP award, and then they go into that NFC Championship game, and they're neck and neck with the Bucs at the end of the game. They need about 5 or 6 yards to get a touchdown at the end of the game. It's literally do or die, and they kick a field goal. Yeah, not sure why you take the ball out of the hands of your Hall of Fame quarterback to get 6 or 7 yards to, put you back in the game. I think they would have been winning at that point if Aaron Rodgers punched that ball in for 7. But, they kicked the field goal and then relied on their special team / defense to make a play instead of relying on their Hall of Fame quarterback to get 6 or 7 yards on a 4th and goal. I don't know. You know what? Just another stupid decision by the Green Bay Packers. So that was the second big thing that happened where Aaron Rodgers was like, well, shit, they're not trusting me here. And Aaron Rodgers made it pretty clear he was not happy with either of these decisions, especially after they decided to kick that field goal. He just said, I had no say in the decision. You know, it wasn't my decision. That's all he had to say. He didn't say I supported it. He said he saw the thinking behind it, but he did not say he supported the decision. He said he was not involved in the decision. He did not like it one bit. Then obviously this offseason hits, and then he's going around throughout the offseason going on Pat McAfee's live shows and stuff, and he's saying, you know what, I probably am not going to return to the Packers. I don't want to be with the Packers. You know, he really starts to rumble these rumors around because of everything that's happened in the past. He's like, you know what, I really don't want to be with the Packers, and he started to say this more and more in this past offseason. And then comes the morning of the first day of the 2021 NFL Draft, and then shit just hits the fan. Literally out of nowhere, news breaks that Aaron Rodgers is not going to be returning to Green Bay, or as he says he isn't going to be. He just flat out says, I do not want to return to Green Bay. I'm not returning to Green Bay. I don't want to go back there. It just breaks out of nowhere, and news is going off the wall. So I've waited a little bit up until now to really wait for other details to come out, and now I'm talking about it. But anyway, you know, the first day of the NFL Draft this year, news just hit the fan, and everybody was like, what is going to happen in this draft? Like, we all thought that some shit was really going to go down. And all the Packers had to say in response to these rumors is that we're not trading Aaron Rodgers. We're not trading Rodgers. We're not listening to offers for Rodgers. We are not moving Rodgers. That's all they had to say. And then they proceed to go into the 2021 draft. And you would think if you're not going to move Rodgers and you know he's very upset with the organization, you would want to do things to, you know, kind of make him happy. And one of those things would be getting him a second wide receiver. And that's been something that they've been needing for years upon years now. Like, they've been needing this for a while. But no, they go into the first round of the 2021 NFL Draft and reach, mind you, reach for Eric Stokes at the cornerback position with their first round pick. So that was like, to me, that was when the Packers were like, you know what? Fuck you. Yeah, they were like, you know what, screw you, Aaron. Go ahead, Aaron. We don't care. And they took Eric Stokes with that first pick. That's when I was like, you know what, they just don't care, or they're that stupid. And we know they're pretty stupid. We know the Packers front office is full of a bunch of clowns, morons, whatever name you want to give them. They do not know what they're doing. We already know that, but how do you not know how unhappy Aaron Rodgers is? And how do you not know what you could do to at least try and fix it? And that would be taking a receiver. And they still didn't even do that until the third round. They took a center in the second round. I don't know what his name was. But then in the third round, they took Amari Rodgers, and that was kind of like the Packers' plea to Aaron Rodgers. Like, oh, look, we took a wide receiver for you here. Look, in the third round. That was what the Packers were giving to Aaron Rodgers as their plea to try and get him to stay. And, you know, I don't think it's going to work, to be quite honest. Oh, and I actually happened to forget probably the most important thing that has happened between the Green Bay Packers and Aaron Rodgers. This was like the biggest event, and as Aaron Rodgers describes it, the death knell in the relationship between the two. And pretty much what happened was halfway through the 2020 season, Aaron Rodgers went on an interview or whatever it was and praised wide receiver Jake Kumerow. He's like, I like Jake. I like what he's done. He's a very good receiver. I really like him on the team, blah, blah, blah. He's praising Jake Kumerow. And then I think it was like a day later, not even, the Packers released him. The Packers saw their Hall of Fame quarterback praising one of their receivers, and then they released the guy. What? I mean, if that's not the biggest FU to a quarterback that's praising one of their receivers, I don't know what is. And that as described after the draft, it came out like when they released Jake Kumerow after Rodgers was praising him, that was like the death knell in the relationship. That was when Aaron Rodgers was like, okay, you know what? Fuck them. I don't care anymore. These dudes are assholes. He doesn't care anymore. He doesn't want to go back. That was like the dagger in the back. That was it. Ever since the draft ended, a lot of different rumors have been coming out about this Aaron Rodgers drama, and it's really come down to Aaron Rodgers just strictly disliking the general manager of the Green Bay Packers. I'm sure he's just disgusted with the Packers in general, but it's really come out that Aaron Rodgers just does not like the GM, and his name is, I didn't even know who the GM of the Packers was before all this. It's Brian Gutekunst. I don't even know how to say that. I've never heard of the dude before. I don't know why I've never heard of the dude, but I just never have. It's also another rumor that emerged that said Aaron Rodgers is adamant that he will not return to the Green Bay Packers if general manager Brian Gutekunst is still there. Like, he's not returning if this dude is still the GM, and he is adamant about that. I think that's kind of been made clear that Aaron Rodgers is pretty adamant about not going back to the Packers, but this is the latest thing that happened about that. And there was also another rumor that came out that said Aaron Rodgers was telling free agent Packer, players that he was not returning to the Packers, so let that play into your decision whether or not you want to return to Green Bay, because I ain't going back. Oh yeah, a lot has gone down with this. I don't know what's going to happen. June 1st is like the day where shit is supposed to go down, or at least that's when things are allowed to go down from June 1st and beyond, so we can only wait until then. You know, people are saying it's Aaron Rodgers' fault and he's kind of being a baby. I disagree. You know, the Green Bay Packers have been doing Aaron Rodgers dirty for a long time now, and they've really shown that they just do not trust him time and time again. I just don't understand how they wouldn't do what they have to keep their Hall of Fame quarterback happy over these last couple of years. It just does not make any sense to me. So I blame the Green Bay Packers organization 100% in this whole situation. When the draft was going on, the rumor was that the Green Bay Packers could move, you know, Aaron Rodgers, and the Broncos were supposedly the landing spot for Aaron Rodgers. That obviously has not happened yet, at least. Maybe it'll happen in the future, but the Broncos were supposedly the #1 landing spot for Rodgers. That would be extremely interesting, let me tell you. But I guess if I were the Packers at this point in time, since I've done everything I can not to make him happy, and you probably aren't going to change your actions, if I'm the Packers, if I get a trade offer that is pretty much the mother load, I'm moving the dude. You know, he's unhappy here. I mean, you guys haven't won anything in a while, so what's the point of holding on to him? You might as well get as much as you can while he's at the peak he's at right now, and you just, you know, you trade him away, get that big mother load of a return, and then you're able to, you know, build up for the future when Tom Brady's not even in your conference. I mean, they couldn't win. You know, they've won once, right? And they haven't been able to win before Tom Brady joined the NFC, and now he's in the NFC with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on a very good team. What makes you think you're going to win now that he's in your conference? I mean, you couldn't win before. You didn't win when you went head up with Tom Brady, so what makes you think you're going to win in the future? So you might as well move him, get the mother load, and, you know, that's how I feel about it. Oh yeah, I have no idea what the future holds for Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. Nobody knows what is actually going to happen, but like I said earlier, June 1st is supposedly the day where everything is allowed to go down, so after June 1st, I'm assuming is when something would actually happen, if anything happens at all. So only time can tell the rest of this tale, but, you know, Aaron Rodgers also said he was considering retirement if you know, the Green Bay Packers aren't going to move him. I can't imagine he's going to retire, especially coming off of an NFL MVP season. The dude's not going to retire, so I didn't even mention that earlier because he's just not going to retire. I don't buy that for a second. So yeah, let me know what you think of all of this Aaron Rodgers drama. Who do you fault? Do you fault Aaron Rodgers? Do you fault the Packers organization? Do you fault them both collectively? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, and I hope you did, please like, subscribe, do all the fun stuff. If you want to hit the bell to be notified when I upload, I would appreciate that. If you want to go over to Twitter, follow me over there. I would appreciate that as well. Be sure to subscribe and follow Built in Buffalo on all social medias that you possibly have. And I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.